We're still not snapshotting, but here we are with an update to my Beastmaster Crowstorm. As you can see, we have made a lot of changes. I have a bunch of ward now as a result of receiving my Strife relic, and we've made many upgrades and a couple of adjustments to the passive tree as well, with many more to come. But I kind of figured I'd give you an update. If you just want to see the planner and such, I'll make sure to put it down in the description box below. But while you're down there, do me a favor and hit that like button, just so I know you enjoy the content. But yes, as you can see, we're doing a bit of a super arena as well, because I've been trying to figure out a fun way to farm. And I'm currently trying to create a champion farm in super arena. There seems to be some support for that. I have no idea if it's good. I need a couple more points to really test it. But yes, it is very quick, and a lot of champions, a lot of tough mobs is very good for this build, because this build excels at destroying single targets while having acceptable clear as a result of staying amped up due to the way the build works, right, with buffing your birds. But other than that, I have been doing Tier 4 Jura as well, the dungeon farm, which is how we got the Strife. My Coven, my faction is doing great as well. We've made some good progress there too. But I'm excited to go through the gear. I am going to be showing you the gear as well, but that I'm using on live right now. But otherwise, if you just want to look at what I am trying to achieve, the planner will do so as well. So here is my beloved Beastmaster, level 92. As you can see, we have mostly kept resistances. Poison is failing because we failed to maintain our shield. We accidentally shattered it on autopilot, so we're using a replacement, which is quite bad. And we're also a little overcapped on endurance as a result of my perfectly rolled blessing, so I might have to turn some things around. But yes, if you're looking to find out what I am actually planning to get, I'll put the build planner in the box below, so you can check it out. That's what I'm following, that's what I've planned. But this is what I currently have on live. Archer's Legacy, Tier 7 Strength, very, very good. The Inheritance of the Erased, I'm thinking about dropping this. Maybe getting a sealed rare amulet that I can craft with some nice minion stats, or maybe the Aurora for some Death Defy, which might be very good on certain Uber bosses, who knows. We have a Cleaver solution with Tier 7 Frailty and some attack speed. I wish those mods were the other way around, obviously. Tier 7 attack speed, Tier 5, but unfortunately I have not yet been able to find that. But soon, hopefully, we have a lot of slams ready to go. We just need to find the Exalted mods and get them going. We also have some health regen, same thing. We have a lot of Pale Oxes ready to be slammed, but I have not found Crows yet. I have set my blessings to increase my chances for it, but so far, no luck. So I just slammed a nice Tier 7 health regen to help with our little ward right here as a result of our relic. Now, I did say I lost my shield, so I'm just using whatever shield I have with the best possible stat. This happened to have minion health, but yeah, I'm looking to get a Carapace crafted, or perhaps try to farm out a Bastion. We are strength stackers, and the previous season I used Bastion, which made me nigh immortal, so that might be the way to go. I'm not sure yet. Might also go with an Apogee and get some more damage going. It'll also be really, really good, I think. Having that said, we have a nice little coral ring right here, which is not super great because we want the opal ring, but in terms of mods, helps us lose the poison resistance that we are suffering from right now. A little bit of elemental res, strength, minion health, of course, the Tier 7 experimental mod, which has been incredible. This pretty much is the perfect ring in terms of prefixes and experimental mod. If I could get this on an opal, I'd be very, very excited. Preferably also with some health. That'd be really, really nice, like we have on the opal ring right here. Some hybrid health and like a pure elemental res. That would be really, really good. In case we need some more damage, we have the minion damage, and the attunement will be flipped on the Weaver once we can find one, so I can turn the attunement into strength, which would be really, really good. This is my first opal ring with an exalted mod that I find this entire season as well. I've been very unfortunate in that regard. Yes, but we also have a rare belt right here. Terrible, terrible belt. Just some health regen, some minion damage. A little bit of crit reduction, because my idols have not been too lucky so far. But yeah, I might turn this into a unique belt, the Brewmaster belt, that I found as well. Might be interesting, especially if we're going to change our neck, which has been interesting. As you can see here, the Brewmaster buckle, which has some endurance, which is really good for our regen due to our passive tree, some vitality, which is nice for life, armor, some nice mitigation. If I can get like a nice cooldown reduction on that, or maybe some minion health, that would be really, really nice to maybe run replace the neck, we could get some real good value out of that. But other than that, it's still a work in progress. I've not been lucky. We did get a Raven's Rise. I have not been able to find a tier 6 or tier 7 strength mod on gloves, weirdly enough. But other than that, incredibly good pair of gloves. Quite rare. Had to farm a little bit for it, but we managed to get it. Very good. The Cradle of the Erased, or the Advent of the Erased, sorry, not the Cradle. Advent of the Erased. We have 2 mods here, strength and movement speed. I want cooldown reduction here as well, and the mods have to be significantly better. But so far, my advents have been quite bad beyond the one I'm wearing. But it's a work in progress, just a matter of grinding. And we, of course, have a Vessel of Strife. I have not found strength mods on relics either yet. But once we do, it's going to be good. Add some strength here, going to be really, really nice. It is a mid-roll one, so we still have to perhaps farm more tier 4s for that, because I do want to have a high roll health regen and a high roll award retention, because these rolls are quite sad. But hey, step 1, make it work. Step 2, make it work better, right? In terms of our idols, I've had some really bad luck. This is probably my best idol, which is terrible. Only 24%. We're looking for 25% crit avoidance minimal with health. So this is a lackluster one. This is pretty lackluster as well. It does have some ward decay, which is the enchantment we're looking for, which is nice. I still have to enchant this, but I was buying up maps for the sake of grinding. But other than that, pretty lackluster crit avoidance. It doesn't even have crit avoidance, just has the heal. I've been really unlucky. This has some minor crit avoidance, so we have to do a lot more farming, despite having the blessing. Where is it? Is it you? Yeah, large idol. I have been very unlucky, which is unfortunate, but hopefully soon. And the minor ones are just like resistances and health regen wherever I can get them. I have not been able to find the perfect one of ward per second and health regen, so I can only find either ward per second or health regen separately. But those are the 2 mods we want on the same one, and that would be perfect. But imagine an entire nice amount of clustered ward per second with ward retention and health regen and health. It's going to be really, really nice. In terms of blessing, though, the important ones are Void Res. We have a low roll, but that's okay, because we have a high roll Ol Res, which is very nice. We have a max roll Endurance, which I might actually have to switch to something else, like maybe armor, flat armor, if we want to replace the belt with the endurance piece that we just showed, or the Aurora, which also has endurance, which should keep us capped with the passive tree, and then maybe we can get some more armor out of it. That might be a good way to do it. We have some physical res, very high roll, and of course a very high roll on the regen, which turns into more max health as well due to our strife, right? I did go with the large idol drop rate blessing here as well to try to farm better idols, but so far no luck. And I'm looking for the crows from the chest, but so far also no real luck. Because maybe I can just craft some basic crow levels like +2 and use that for a while. Although I am hoping for an exalted soon, but who knows. In terms of skills, we are still using the same skills as the planner shows. As you can see, we have the culling, the mandatory primal resonance. We have 5 stacks in Sabertooths. This one is flex. Omiel's guidance. I just spoke it up for some basic shock chance. But you can rip these 2 out. Stormclaw as well. I just taken those because of more AoE, which helps them trigger at least. You can take these out, maybe pick up more aspect of the Panther, or max stacks, maybe even Lion's Strength. You can do these things. It really doesn't matter as long as you have 5 out of 5 Sabertooth and the primal resonance. And I would recommend 5 out of 5 Wengarian Reach, just to make sure your swipe hits. Otherwise, everything beyond that is pretty flexible. We have the Tempest. We're still using the mana, reduction, warm shelter, and grounded. The mana gain on Resurgence. 3 out of 3 Firm Grip. 4 out of 4 Gladiator, Lagan, Lagonian Shamanism, and Scheme of the Architect. This is pretty much what buffs our birds into the moon. 4 out of 4 Ancestral Swiftness. This is also part of why our Tempest Strike is free and also super fast. And then also 3 out of 3 Wind Booster, because we're not blocking the Wind Tempest. This allows us to get a lot of haste while we're fighting, smooths out the character, and of course makes us get more haste, which with the boots gives us more ward. A lot of sustain there. The birds, very lovely. I still have to get more bird levels, because as you can see, I'm still missing some points right here on Murder of Crows. That should be 5 out of 5. And 2 points in Storm Breath. 2 + 2 is 4. Oh, look, that's exactly the amount of levels we're missing on our chest. Other than that, though, Huntsman, Feathered Storm, 2 out of 2, Thunderous Blast. 2 points of Observe and Learn. With our current setup, we have 100% crit chance once we are ramped up with our melee hits. So that's very, very nice. We are also switching to cold, which allows us to get the benefit of 250% increased cold damage due to Frost Claw. Most people will pick up Battle Cry, which is 100%, but we can just pick it 100% up with 1 point as a result, which is why I think cold is better than lightning. We have the suck. We have the speed, so that's a speedy suck. We have the buff for more attack speed, of course, because gotta go fast. We have the heal. We get the cleanse, the invuln. Very, very lovely. And then, of course, the wolf doesn't matter. I've just spec'd whatever I can to get rid of the points because they're bothering me. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is if you go down here and pick up the pack hunters for the +1 companion. It's how we have gotten access to 6. Very good. We have the passive points as well. Let me go through them real quickly because I did update the passive tree. Once again, you can check out the planner below for more accurate details. Strength stackers take strength, of course. We pick up the 5 out of 5 cornered beasts. This will help you stay alive during unfortunate moments. However, if you feel like you're tanky enough, by, for example, having a bastion, you could unspec these points. However, if you're feeling a little squishy, cornered beast will definitely help out. 5 out of 5 hunter's emanation. A little bit of health there for minion damage and sustain. Although if you have really good tanky birds, you might just go with primal medicine, cut these out, and maybe take something else. You could give them to attunement, natural attunement, to get some resistance for very easier gearing. Although minion damage is the way to go. I might, however, contemplate ripping them out so I can take the Harmony of Blades for the sake of dual wielding if I do pick up an Apogee. But I don't know yet. We're thinking about it. I am currently leveling the Druid stuff up because I want to get the set bonus of Druidic Prowess. I unspec these to get my Shaman stuff sorted because we have Strife now, so I want to benefit from Fist of Stone. The set bonus, 4-point bonus, as you can see. On top of that, we did go with maxed Shamanic Infusion. The set bonus here does not work on the Crowstorm, but that's okay. It's still minion damage and Fury Leap cooldown, which does work. And we need the travel nodes to combined with Windbringer to get access to the flat bonus, Shattered Heavens, which is very, very powerful. This is very meaningful because we have a lot of added percentage bonus, of course. So getting actual flat is just incredible. And of course, the man of the hour himself, the Beastmaster. We have the Beastmaster tax. We have the 1-2 for the speed. 5 out of 5 call the pack. 8 out of 8 natural fortitude. 2 travels node on the chase. Some people like to spec this more to make the minions attack faster, which does have its benefits of debuffing faster, which is very, very good. I have decided to go with Porcine Constitution in addition to that. Life in the Wilderness is mandatory. 5 Cry of the Lynx. I think 5 is the exact amount you can get away with. There is something to be said about 4 and 3, if that's more your go-to. However, I think that with my setup, 5 points gives me exactly 100% 0.0 something crit chance on my birds when fully ramped. So, and also gives me enough time to keep the buff up permanently, which is nice. I have just 3 points of attack speed right here. I could unspec these and put them elsewhere since we have the attack speed on our weapon, of course. And there's nothing else here that's very good. So I might take these 3 points and spend them into the chase, which might be very good. Or maybe I'll put them into something else that might be useful to keep my birds alive. There's a lot of resistances and endurance threshold points we could pick up. There's even some primal aspects we could spec into, although I do think that's unnecessary. What is necessary for sure, however, is Nature's Embrace. We have 6 out of 6 serrated claws because it's too good of a multiplier, and 1 point of critical bite since we are not snapshotting, and this will help us keep our birds alive as well as ours, because we are giving the birds the aspect of the lynx because of the cry of the lynx as well when we are using a companion ability. So that's kind of what the plan is right now. Once again, if you want to see the full plan, you can check out the planner below. Leave a like. It's a work in progress. If you want to see me play the actual game, you can find me on Twitch, or wait for the next video if there will be one for an update. Having that said, have a good night, take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for your support. You've been lovely. The name is Wolf, and I am out.